this video I'm going to go over the 5 key elements to email marketing success. So over the past 8 years I've been effectively marketing via email marketing. I earn a good majority of my 6-figure income from email marketing, either directly or indirectly. So I do know a thing or two about email marketing. I'm also the affiliate manager for Jonathan Lechier, who I'm doing this video for. And Jonathan, obviously in his own right has done leaps and bounds better than even me. And I feel like I've been pretty successful. So combined, we have quite a bit of knowledge, particularly with email marketing. So hopefully this video will help you if you're not already building and maintaining successful, profitable email lists. Hopefully it will help you to do so. And if you are already marketing via email marketing and making profits, then hopefully this will help you in one or more areas of your campaigns. So let's go ahead and get started. The presentation is the 5 key elements to email marketing success. Start earning big profits with effective email marketing. And effective email marketing is the key. You often hear a lot of people saying the money is in the list, and while they're very true, just like most other things, it's really all about how you market to your list. There's a lot of people out there that have heard that and started building a list or tried to start building a list and just weren't successful, and that's because they're doing things the wrong way. So let's get into how we're going to do it the correct way. So the 5 key elements are list quality, the quality of your list, the building credibility and trust with your list once you've built it, and then actually making money with your list, the offer, which is huge. We'll get into that and I'll tell you exactly why it's so huge. The angle, which is probably equally as huge, because you can have a good offer but a bad angle and make very little money, if any. And the frequency. So let's go ahead and get started with list quality. So the quality of any email list is far, far, far more important than the size of the list. Everybody's always talking about, this guy has a list of this many people. This lady has a list of 1 million people. Well, that doesn't really mean a whole lot. I mean, just about anyone could build a huge list of hundreds of thousands of people with the right strategy. The problem is, or the potential problem is, that the list doesn't convert into any money. So yeah, it's great to have a big list, but how much money does it make you? And that's what I've always based my lists off of. The success of my list building efforts is how much money can I make from that list, whether it's 500 subscribers or 500,000 subscribers. What matters is how much you're going to make. Lists generate traffic. Lists generated from traffic exchanges, mass product giveaways, etc. are typically very low quality and result in little to no profits when given an offer. And this is a mistake I've seen a lot of people make. They go to traffic exchanges and other low quality sources. StumbleUpon is another one. StumbleUpon can be quality traffic depending on where it comes from, but in many cases it's not really high quality traffic, for example. So where you're building your list from, where the pool of subscribers comes from, is very important. Lists composed of previous buyers are the best. Buyers are by far the best. If you had a list of 50 confirmed buyers and another list of say 500 freebies who signed up for something that was free, I would almost guarantee that those 50 buyers will make you more money on a promo than those 500 who opted in to get something free. So buyers are very good. Any chance you get to get a buyer on a list, you should definitely do that. Start your list by offering something free if you have to. Like I said, people who opt in for something free generally aren't as high of a quality lead as someone who purchased a product, but it is still a lead. Any way you can get someone on your list, you should go ahead and do it. Just make sure you're concentrating on the higher quality subscribers than the lower quality subscribers if you can help it. But if you can't help it, then still any list is better than no list. So start building your list by offering something free. Write a report or create something that you can do for free if you don't have money to invest. But if you do have money to invest, investing in something with value like software and infographic can really do well. And you don't want to sell it too high, because if you're concentrating on building your list, then a high priced product isn't going to do you a whole lot of good building your list. It's going to be a lot smaller number, and like I said, the size of the list doesn't really matter. But at the same time, if you're getting someone to pull the trigger and actually pay for something, whether it's $7 or $700, typically doesn't really matter. I mean, you can get into it, technically, yeah, someone who pays more is probably a higher quality lead than someone who pays less, but just as long as they pay, that's a very high quality lead. So if you do come up with something with the intent of building your list, software is an excellent one, like a cool little piece of software, inexpensive software that wasn't very expensive to develop, but that you can give away and it doesn't take too much resources. Those are great list builders. A really cool informative infographic is another good example. But anything really that is of value is excellent to build your list. Sell it for very cheap, $7, $9, something like that, to where you'll get more buyers, but you won't make a whole lot of money. But the whole goal is to build your list. So those are high quality leads whenever you're selling it for so cheap, because they have pulled out their credit card and they have paid previously, so they're more likely to pay when you promote something. Okay, so next after list quality is credibility and trust. If you don't have credibility and trust with your list, if they don't think that you have their best interest in mind, they are not going to buy from you. This is very important. All of these points are probably equally as important, but every single one is very important. If your list doesn't trust you, they will not buy from you. Build their trust, and your credibility will grow. Send them more emails that contain free info and advice than promotions, and that's a big one. A lot of people, when you get on lists, that's why lists have such bad reputation, because there's so many people who get you on their list and then all they do is sell to you. That's annoying that you don't look at all the offers, because he's going to be the person's going to be sending out another one tomorrow. It lowers the credibility and trust, and it's not going to do you any good. There's nothing wrong with promoting a product, but only promote products that you really do recommend, that you have reviewed and you like and you think it will help your list. And giving free information, free reports, free videos, free stuff. Not all the time. You don't want to get them accustomed to getting free stuff all the time, but you want to give them more advice that they don't have to pay for than you give them that they do have to pay for. So just be careful about that. Don't try to get their money every time you contact them. Just think of in real life, offline. If somebody comes to your door every day wanting to sell something, you're not gonna trust that person, because all they want to do is make money from you. So keep that in mind. Every time you send out an email, imagine that your own family and or friends are reading it and taking every word to heart. And that's something that I always try to remind myself every time, because we're all human. We're none of us are perfect, and obviously we're doing this to make money. But at the same time, hopefully you do legitimately want to help people too. So just keep that in mind whenever before you write an email. If my own brother or sister or son or daughter, or whoever, someone you love, is reading each one of these emails and taking them to heart and really believing every word you say, would this email that I'm about to write, would you feel right about it? And if you wouldn't feel right about it, then change it to where you would feel good about sharing that with a loved one. If your main concern is to make money, it will show, and you will make less money. Help your list and make that your top priority. If you do that, the money will come naturally. And that basically sums up what I just went over. Help people. If you're really legitimately trying to help your list, it will turn out to make you more money in the long run, I promise you. So try not to think about the money. Try to think about actually helping the people, and you'll do much better. The right offer can make the difference between a $50 promo and a $10,000 promo, for example. This is the biggest lesson I've learned over the years, and it is a big lesson. When I first started my lists and I did a couple successful promotions, I thought, well, this is awesome. I can just send out anything that seems to be a good offer, and I'll just make all kinds of money. Well, I quickly learned that and at the time I was doing pretty well, in the first year of my list. That I started my list, I was doing, I think I was doing $500,000, $1,500, $2,000 promotions. But then I learned, I remember one time specifically I did like $8,000 for a promotion. And it was like within the first year I was building my lists, and I was just so happy. I was thinking, well, I'm going to get $10,000 every time I do a promotion. And then the next promotion I did, I made like, I think it was like $150. So I learned real quick the offer really does make a huge difference. And when I say that, I'm not talking about just the quality of the offer. I'm talking about the relevance of the offer. You need to know your list, and that's the second point. Know your list. Know what they're interested in. Know what they need help with. Because if you could find the best product in the world that helps with XYZ, but if XYZ isn't what your list is interested in, it's not going to sell, even if it is a high quality product. So know your list. Do a poll. Find out what they're interested in, what they need help with, what their experience is, etc. Learn as much as you can about your list, and then tailor your, the information you give to them, the help that you give them, and the products that you promote. Tailor it to the result of that poll. It's a very big one right there. Discounts are huge. Some of my best promotions I've ever done have been because I offered, well, first off, of course, a good product, but second, I offered a discount that they couldn't get anywhere else, and they had to order through my affiliate link. So it increases the number of sales drastically by offering a discount. I always just contact the product owner, say, hey, I'm going to do a promo. Is there any way I can give them a discount? It always helps my list do more sales. And a lot of people will go ahead and offer a discount for you. A lot of them will like create a new page for you, specifically for you. And that is a big thing. Definitely try to get a discount every chance you get. The angle is just as important. You could have the best product, tailor-made for your list, perfect, but if you don't have the right angle, they're not going to see the value and they're not going to buy. The angle is basically how you pitch the product, and like the offer, the angle can make a dramatic impact on the final number of sales. The difference can be thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars, and that is very true. Choosing the right angle depends on the list. This goes back to knowing your list. You need to know your list to know what triggers them to take action and to buy. Just look at the previous emails you've sent, the previous promos you've done, which ones did well, which ones didn't do well, and tailor your angle on that. The subject of your email is crucial. Subjects that hit on your list's main interest and or simply spark their curiosity will result in maximum open rates. The subject is the most important part of any email because a bad subject will result in very few people opening the email. A good subject will get the maximum number of people on your list to actually look at your email, which is the first step in whether they decide to make a purchase or not. So that's very, very important. The frequency. A lot of people say if you email too much, don't email too much. Just email every once in a while. That's not so much true. If you want someone to succeed, you stay in touch with them regularly. If you are only sending out promos or low quality content, then of course you shouldn't be mailing often. You really shouldn't be mailing at all. But if you're sending out quality emails and promos, then it's a good thing to email regularly, as it shows that you're taking an active role in their online success. So it's pretty cut and dry. If you want to help someone, you're going to stay in touch with them. If it's low quality stuff, if you're not really trying to help them, then yeah, that would be annoying. But if you're really trying to help them, it will follow through and they will realize that, and they'll be glad to get your emails. At the same time, like I said, you don't want to overdo it. Sending out more than one email a day in most cases is not a good idea, simply because it's annoying. And people only have so much time in the day, so even if your quality is top notch, even if they do like to get your emails, if you're sending out too much, they have other things to do during the day. They can't spend it sitting there reading your articles, watching your videos, doing spending time on all this stuff you're sending them. So don't overdo it. Don't be sending 2 or 3 or 4 emails every day. Only email when you have something of value to share. So it could be every day. It could be an email every day. It could be 2 or 3 emails a week. It may even be it may be more or less, but only email when you really have something valuable to share. Just keep in mind that you are trying to help these people. Just stop thinking about money and just think about how am I going to help these people and what do I really need to send them. And if you do that, you'll be good. The conclusion, the popular saying, the money is in the list, is still very true. But your list must be built and maintained correctly in order for it to be a reality for you. Use the tips in this video to prepare for a long-term, successful, profitable email marketing campaign. and short but sweet. I hope. Hopefully, it's been very helpful to you. Obviously, I could sit here for hours talking about email marketing, this and that, and past experiences, etc. But what I've gone over in this video sums it up pretty good, and they are the most important points in regards to email marketing, in my opinion, ones that I've learned over the past 8 years of my own email marketing campaign.